Brian Cage beat Johnny Impact to finally win the Impact World title. Lance Storm was the special guest referee. Yes, you heard that right. Lance Storm, who I have not seen on national television in years, was the special guest referee because I think the pay-per-view took place in Canada. But yeah, this was a good match. Cage finally won and then was confronted by Michael Elgin afterward, who was recently under contract to New Japan. He was with Ring of Honor a few years ago, left, and then was in New Japan for a while, left, and is now in Impact. He's a good get. He's a good wrestler, but there were rumors a while ago that he would be WWE bound, that WWE was interested in bringing him in. Now, here's the thing. I think part of the reason was either he passed on NXT. I think it's more likely that they passed on him. And I don't know if it was a case of, like, a lot like Moose, who they were also interested in bringing in a few years ago. I think Moose would have likely gone to WWE if the opportunity was there. They wanted him. They did some background checks. Moose was involved in some sort of, like, domestic abuse case a while ago, like years ago. And they were like, we don't really want the guy on our roster right now. So they passed on him and he went to Impact instead. I don't know if the same thing would happen with Michael Elgin. I know something similar happened with him when he was with New Japan. I don't know if it was an old case or a new case. I think it was a new case where he was involved in some sort of domestic abuse case. Now, don't take my word for that. It was some sort of hot water that he was a part of. And it caused a lot of people to sour on him really quickly. Not exactly that he was a fan favorite anyway. He wasn't exactly the wrestling fans' favorite pro wrestler in the world. But he's gotten some bad press since then. So I read reports that WWE was interested, and they had to have known about that shit because it was all recent. So I don't know if it was a case of, WWE wanted him, but they saw what he was involved in and didn't want any part of it. I don't know. I really don't. I think it might have been more of a case of they're like, we don't really want him after all, which is fine. I think it's a good addition to the Impact roster. But, he's now in Impact, likely feuding with Brian Cage, who was hospitalized after Rebellion. There was a scare after he did like a Spanish fly spot off the top of the ramp or stage or ring or whatever it was, the ring apron. He's okay, I think. I haven't really heard much about it since then. But yeah, he got hurt, and it looks like they're setting up a Brian Cage, Michael Elgin feud over the Impact World title.